In life, they say what is meant for you will always find you. For Alice Wairimu, her baking career sort of found her. That's after she graduated with a degree in microbiology and thought she would spend her whole life in laboratories.
I graduated in 2018, and that was like after a long period of being in and out of uni with the strikes and all. I was in the University of Nairobi. And by the time I was finishing, I knew pretty much that maybe microbiology wasn't what I wanted to do as a career. I did give it a chance. I was still willing to give it a chance, and I did an internship. That's between 2019 to 2020, just before, rather COVID is what got me back home when everything shut down. So I did have that experience of working in a lab, and different labs actually, but I wouldn't say it's something that I found fulfilling. One thing I know for sure is that I'm in the right path, because when I was a microbiologist or when I was working in a lab, I really used to struggle to get up and go to work every morning. I was just people who had 15 alarms 5 minutes apart. When I started baking, and I'll tell you how I started in just a bit, I've never had a moment where I couldn't wake up, whether it's at 3 a.m. to decorate a cake, whether I need to wake up at 5 a.m., whether I got home at 2 a.m. and I need to be up at 6 to work on a cake. It's been a breeze.
With free time on her hands and a few coins that she had saved up from her internship, Alice signed up for baking lessons.
I was doing my internship, and then COVID happened, so I was sent home. But now, luckily, the place I was doing my internship, they continued to pay us for the period of the internship. So I was very relaxed. But as it was coming to an end, I could see I need to figure out what I want to do. First of all, to continue having a source of income. And second of all, this money that I had accumulated during COVID, I thought I could do something with it that will help me now have a source of income going forward. So it was evident that I didn't want to go back to the lab, but I still didn't know what I wanted to do. Luckily, there was a lady, she also bakes from home. Oh, well, at that time, she was also baking from home, and I used to get most of my cakes from her. So that's how I saw that she teaches people how to bake, and I just engaged her. She asked me, would I want to learn as a business, to do it as a business, or do I just want to learn how to bake so I can bake for my friends or my family? And I told her, you know what, I don't mind getting to learn how to do it as a business, because where I'm at, I don't have anything I'm doing, and I don't mind having a new stream of income. And that's how I signed up to learn from her, and here I am.
Before she took up the baking classes, Alice had previously tried baking, and it worked out well. Going for the classes to refine her skills affirmed to her that this was the right path.
I'm actually glad I took this class, because when I started, immediately, it was very evident that this is something I would be good at. So I didn't have any prior experience in baking, but the aha moment I got that maybe baking is for me was, so this is actually before I signed up for the class. So still during COVID period, it was my husband. At the time, he was my boyfriend. We had actually just started dating, barely a year in. And it was his birthday, and I wanted to do something for him, but I was on a tight budget. So I said, let me bake the cake myself so that the rest of the money I have can go into like our meal for the day, gifts for him. So I decided, let me bake. I just went to the supermarket and bought like cake mix, got frosting, got a cake, mixed it, decorated in my own way, and it came out really nice. I was like, okay, I actually did this without any experience, without any leadership. At that time, I didn't even think of checking YouTube, like how do you do this, how do you decorate a cake? I just figured it out, and the cake did look nice, presentable, and it was well received where I took it. So After that, someone asked me, could you bake for me and my friends? We're having a party. And I was like, I didn't have that confidence. I was like, what do you mean? I mean, I just did this because it was my boyfriend. I can't do this as a business. They're like, no, us guys can pay you, like, just make for us exactly like that one. So that's what got me thinking that maybe I can do this.
The cake business is a common venture, but Alice says one just needs to find their niche to thrive when they enter this already saturated market.
Everybody and their sister is baking nowadays, but I still feel there's space for everybody. There's space for new bakers in the market. I mean, we still have so many, even big cake houses that are churning cakes on a daily, supermarket cakes. But everyone has their own niche, that's what I'd say. Finding your niche helps keep you in the game, or helps you stay in the game for longer. Another thing I would say is knowing what you're good at, because there's so many aspects of cakes and cake decorations. Some people are just really good at baking and you can just take that and run with it. But then again, there's the artistic aspect of it, which is what I fell in love with. And which is also not very common, if I can say that, because anybody can learn how to bake a cake, anybody can learn how to decorate a cake, but then art is very difficult to be taught. It has to be in you. You have to be creative in your thinking for you to imagine it and now want to bring it to life.